Here now is Matt Austin and Ginger Gadsden with Florida's Fourth Estate. Sponsored by Light Orlando, delivering hope together.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Florida's Fourth Estate. We are on the road once again. It's a little after lunchtime, but these are not for us. We're going to talk about the elephant in the room.
Yes, that we are. We have to talk about this amazing elephant facility you'll find right in the middle of Florida that you would maybe never expect. We see all sorts of animals in Florida. Turns out it's a pretty good temperature and climate for an elephant. So
Asian elephants.
Yes. We have Patricia Zerbini here, who is kind of playing mom as we as we bring her in.
I'm controlling. Just keeping an eye
controlling
on Patty
the
over there.
situation.
Yeah.
All right, Patricia and Patty. And tell us about this beautiful creature.
Well, Patty's an Asian elephant. She's in her mid-50s, and she's been with me for about 15 years now.
Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. What makes Florida such a good place for
Hot,
Patty?
humid, and sticky.
All right. Same
Perfect
thing for
Asiatic
people.
weather
That's why
for them,
people
yeah.
like it.
I don't know that that's why people like it. Can we can
Yeah,
feed
come
her?
here, Patty Trunk. Come here.
Oh
There you
my
go.
gosh.
Can I give two at a time?
No,
or-
one at a
oh,
time.
One at a time. Okay.
She's
here
a
you go.
lady, Matt.
Here you go, beautiful. Hi.
Oh my
Here,
gosh.
I'll give you another one.
Oh, hi, Patty. Patty's like, you're next. Oh, that's this is a muscle, right? That thing gripped my finger. Wow.
150,000
Does she want
muscle
some more?
units in their trunk alone. Yeah, there's more there.
150,000
Muscle units.
Muscle units in just the trunk.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said something interesting before we started rolling. This is how they breathe. They're not mouth breathers.
Their trunk is basically their nose and their top lip all into one.
Oh,
all
my
food and
gosh.
water has to come up to the mouth because the mouth cannot come down to the floor.
Okay, Patty's really enjoying these carrots, right? But I would imagine she eats a lot more than just this.
Yeah, the average elephant here at the ranch consumes anywhere between 250 to 400 pounds of food a day. And they drink
400
anywhere
pounds
between
of food.
150 to 300 gallons of water a day.
But what is the food? What is that? Like, what are we
We
talking
feed
about here?
5 different kinds of hay, fruits, vegetables, grasses, grains, and then we also grow bamboo, elephant grass, and banana plants here for them.
Oh my! Oh, hey. Okay, she wanted them both.
She knows what she
Hi.
wants.
She saw them both and she stayed there. Okay, we always think of elephants as these majestic creatures, but they are so smart. What is it that you love about elephants?
Honestly,
Yeah.
they're not human.
Listen. Animals are my favorite people.
Don't come to Two Tails Ranch if you don't want an honest truth. I have no filter.
No, that's great.
Hey.
That's what we're here
That's
for.
what we like.
Yes.
And so
They are very majestic.
Yeah.
I'm very privileged to be able
gosh.
to be with them 24/7. But basically, yes. But
what fascinates me about you is 9 generations of, would you call it
Exotic
animal care?
animal
Exotic
husbandry, yeah.
animal care. And I asked you when we came here how you ended up with elephants of all the creatures.
in our family, we all work with a multitude of species. And at some point, your characteristics clicks with a species better than others.
Yeah.
That's usually the species you're going to go with because everything you do with them comes naturally. So
What clicked for you?
I don't know. If
Yeah.
I knew, I could probably, you know,
So it
put a market on it or something.
You feel like a connection with these creatures.
I do. I don't have to think about anything I do around them. It just comes naturally.
And she seems to respond like you talk to her almost as if you would talk to a person. And she,
Yeah.
how intelligent are they?
They're probably smarter than 90% of the humans I deal with.
I had a feeling that that's what you were
Have you
going to
not
say.
been listening to her?
I told you there's no filter. Basically, the closest thing that comes to the high intelligence are elephants, killer whales, and dolphins. Those are the three highest species intelligence-wise.
But you're saying that this is this the last generation of elephants for you?
Well, there's one generation. She's not that generation, but yeah, pretty much right now we're looking 5 to 10 years. They're calling for total extinction of elephants. We have lost 67.5% of world elephant population within the last 4 years. Breeding programs that were established throughout zoos and private ownership have pretty much come to an end because the import-export permits is impossible to get. So our genetic line is cut off and we can't move elephants across borders anymore. So basically, the countries that can actually afford to do captive conservation are at a standstill because we can't import them. The countries these animals come from are trying to figure out what to do with them because they're overpopulating the small areas of land that they have left to roam.
And the genetic pool in America has made it so
Everything that is
over.
of breeding age now is related
Wow.
in the Asian species.
That is really hard to wrap your brain around when you talk about an animal like this one being extinct in our lifetime. Is what you're saying.
After 9 generations, it breaks my heart that my grandson won't be able to grow up with them.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah.
That is terrible. Okay. So I want to talk about something a little happier, right? I know people come out and you educate them about these creatures and we learn more about them. And these are Asian elephants you have
These
here.
are
How
all
do you
Asian
tell
elephants.
the difference between an Asian and, say, an African
So
elephant?
basically, they are 2 different species. Asian elephants have 2 prominent domes on their head. An African elephant will have a narrow, flat forehead that curves around, and their ears fold over and cover the entire top of the head and shoulders.
Oh, wow.
In the Asian species, only males carry heavy ivory. Females do not have the heavy ivory. On their feet, Asian elephants have 5 toes on their front feet, 4 toes on their back feet. An African elephant only has 4 on their fronts and 3 on their backs.
Oh, wow.
At the end of their trunks, Asian elephants have the 1 finger. The African elephant will have that finger, and then they have like a bottom type lip. Also, the skin pigmentation is only found on the Asian elephants, the freckles, basically.
I was going to say, she looks like she has freckles.
Yeah. And it basically is the equivalent to freckles, but only the Asian elephants have that pigmentation.
Oh my goodness. Okay, give us a really fun fact, something most people
What's
might not
the
know about
weirdest thing
elephants.
about an elephant that you've learned over the years that would surprise people?
That would surprise people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like to be pet and cuddled and touched.
Really?
Because whenever you're petting, stroking, rubbing on a dog, a cat, a horse, even a bird, you are mimicking a grooming behavior which that animal comprehends. It's a natural behavior for them.
Sure.
Elephants don't groom each other, so they don't comprehend the whole touchy-feely thing.
That whole going up and
They
hugging
tolerate
Patty.
it, but it means nothing. Now, if they have an itch somewhere, they'll ask permission to another elephant, and they'll use another elephant to scratch on if they have an itch they can't reach. Most of the times when elephants are snatching at each other by the trunk, that's a sign of aggression. Everyone, oh, look, they're holding hands. No, that's
So
not
if you went grabbing on one like a puppy,
Yeah,
they
they
would be like, yeah, get away from
kind
me.
of like I always explain it, like when you were a kid and you went to grandma's house and they're all over you. That's the way that feeling, you know.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not that you
Pinching your
didn't.
cheeks.
It's not that you hate them, but it's just
No, it's like,
don't
my
do
space,
that.
my
yeah,
space.
exactly. And
Yeah.
they're very much that.
Gosh, because when we got out here, we first saw the elephants, and you're like, it's just like, I want to hug. You have this desire to just.
And everybody does, and
And that's got to
but
be hard to keep people away, I would think.
It is, and it's also hard when you're working with them because as a human, you want to do all that
Yeah.
stuff. But if you respect the animal, then it's not a good thing to do because it's not what they don't like
not
it.
what they want.
You know,
Yeah.
they tolerate it to a certain degree, but
Sure. So in a typical day of Patty, what's she up to? What is she doing? She starts her morning.
well, they eat 24/7. So basically,
Well,
she's doing.
so do I.
It's going in one end and coming out the other 24/7. But basically, we get up in the morning. They get their breakfast. Cold mornings, we have to wait for the temperature outside to get warm enough because all the barns are heated. But they'll get a bath. They come out. They hang out all day and eat. We do exercise, so we walk the perimeters of the fence. If we have, a storm season, the tree goes down, we bring them out there. They can move the trees. So it makes them physically and mentally active at that point. Having a working relationship really keeps them fit and mentally active.
Yeah, and you've been working with elephants for so long now. Is there some sort of, sometimes you can get to know, like sometimes we finish each other's sentences, right? Is there some connection with these creatures that you have? You just kind of walk along during the day and
Any conversation you're having with any animal is not what comes out of your mouth. Your body language and your energy is a conversation you're having with even your dog. It's what's coming out of your mouth is not the conversation. And with elephants, they're just more in tune to it. So yeah, when I'm here by myself with them, I never talk. It's just like doesn't
sounds
come
like
out.
heaven.
Yeah, it just it's great. But but yeah, basically they do. And then the ones that I've had the longest, obviously, I know what they're thinking before they are, and they know what I'm thinking. Like if they're into something, I can just walk around the corner and I feel it right away, and then they'll look at me like, yeah, you didn't see me do that, but I know you did something. Once in a while, they'll get a hold of something in the barn, a tool that gets left or a water hose, and I'll come in the morning and there's damage. And they'll all just stand there. And I can tell you
Usual
exactly which
suspect.
one
It's like your
started
kids.
it. And then they all kind of went, well, she got it first.
my
yeah,
gosh.
They basically,
Yeah, so you have a little lineup, and then the guilty one
I can see
eventually
the
is
guilty
revealed.
look on the one right away.
Yeah.
I'll look at them and they're
It's
like,
pointed in the corner.
yeah, they're like,
I don't
yeah.
know.
The other ones are like, that one did it over there. Yeah, so they're pretty cool.
It feels like just seeing you interact with these beautiful creatures that they're like family to you.
They are, because when you work with elephants, you basically live with them and you become part of their social structure. So the reason you can work with them is when you do have that connection with the social structure. A matriarchal society, because males don't live in a herd, so you have a bunch of females and young ones. There's different levels of authority, positions, and responsibility. It's very much like a human family used to be. You have a big family, everyone in that family has a different level of authority, position, responsibility, and that they're the same way. So when you can get to the point where you can let people come up and do things with them, take them places and stuff, that means that relationship is bound by that. And the relationship starts with them by having 100% trust both directions. Yeah. I never question them, they don't question me. Because if I would question them, then they would have to think, well, maybe we shouldn't try. So it's one of those, that's why I say with them especially, it just comes naturally that, you know, I have no problem sitting down in front of them, laying down, turning my back. People are like, you turn your back on them. Yeah, I trust them more than most people I run into.
Don't turn your back on people.
I don't. I won't turn my back on people. I will on my elephants, but not on people.
Wow. Coming up, we're going to learn more about these beautiful creatures and how you can come see them with just a quick little trip down the road. Hey, welcome back to Florida's Fourth Estate. We are out on the road at Two Tails Ranch in Williston, Florida, right in the middle of the state, and we're having a blast today.
It's the best day of my life. I mean, in a long, long time, seriously. I can't remember a time where you could just drive somewhere in Florida, a couple of hours from where we were, and find some place like this. We don't even feel like we're in Florida anymore. But we've been learning a lot about these wonderful creatures. Patricia, you've been kind enough to share so much knowledge, and that's the real key here. You educate
That is
people.
my goal, is to educate. I mean, we care for elephants here. It's an elephant care facility, so we'll take care of any elephant for any reason. But the main thing is to educate people. I think there's just a lot of misconceptions about elephants out there, and in the long run, it doesn't help the elephants much if people don't know the reality of things.
Absolutely,
we see you with them. You have a relationship with them, and it's really kind of sweet.
A mother-daughter relationship.
No, my daughter would never listen to me like that. But basically, what it is you become part of their social structure, and so in order to have that, what you accomplish with an elephant is not based on what the elephant knows or what you know. It's based on the relationship that you're going to build, and that relationship will determine what you will and will not accomplish.
Yeah, she is accomplishing some booty scratching and some back.
Oh, yeah.
Giving you a show back.
I was wondering what that big brush was, and I guess...
it's a street sweeper brush. But
is that really what it is?
Yeah.
Does
honestly.
the job. Oh, my God.
That's amazing.
I need new ones, so if you know anybody in the street sweeper brush,
Okay.
I need a couple new
Well,
ones.
I cannot imagine what it takes to keep this place running. You talked about the hundreds of pounds of food every day, the gallons of water they drink. So to be able to keep this going, people have to come, right? Is that
It
how
is.
works?
I mean, basically, it's a very expensive task that I've taken on. And yeah, we do the tours. I do worldwide elephant management consulting. We do some off-site events, not very many, but we do some. But yeah, the people coming through the gate are a massive help to us.
Yeah, talk a little bit about your off-site events, because I think what people don't realize, and I didn't know you did this until we showed up, that you take them different places, right?
I do for certain. Most of what we do anymore are Hindu ceremonial weddings, Indian weddings, temple blessings. I like to take them to places where they're respected, and that's one of the main reasons I do a lot of those. They're very respected by the Hindu community. But yeah, I do some off-site shows. I do some photo shoots off-site. I'm very limited on what I can do with them to make the money that it takes to be able to feed and care for them.
Because
of the expenses that it is. I mean,
Yeah.
If I had to depend on just what people came through the gate, I would never make it.
You wouldn't
So
survive. And
I wouldn't survive.
by the way, so the pricing structure, if people drove up from Orlando or out from Daytona Beach, it's $20 for a tour
Adults.
for adults, 10 for kids.
Children, 2 years and under is no charge.
Yeah.
Then
you can also feed the elephant?
Feed them. You can take pictures with them. Ooh, bug in the eye. Take pictures with them, and weather dependent, you can take a ride.
Yeah, and there are other animals that you have here at the ranch
We
as
have
well.
ostrich, emu, tortoises, camel, zebra, a family of lemurs. I got a porcupine I'm babysitting back there right now.
Got to be gentle with that one. That would be.
Yeah, I don't go close. I don't do porcupines. I do elephants. I
There you
leave
go.
that up to my kids.
Yeah, how
You
have
guys
you
take
never
care
had a
of them.
reality show?
Oh, that wouldn't that be funny?
No.
She would be funny.
She would be
That I can
great.
tell you.
A lot of bleeping.
I was gonna say,
We have our bleep button ready
Okay, good.
today, so
I've
don't
been
you
very
worry.
Good, though.
you've been
You've been
excellent.
amazing.
You've been excellent.
Yeah, and we appreciate that, and we appreciate you taking us in here. And so, what does the future look like for this place? Because I know with inflation, I can't. Me buying groceries for my children, I'm like, this is getting crazy.
Well,
but
my children just eat a lot more. I honestly, I don't know. We'll just have to see what the future. I'm optimistic. I mean, at this point, this facility's run with myself, my 4 sons, 2 daughter-in-laws. There's no paid staff here. There's no. All monies that we make doing whatever goes right into the elephants. So.
Wow.
As long as I'm able to walk and have 2 good hands, I'm not above doing anything I have to do to be able to put the food in front of them.
This is a wonderful place. Tell me how it came to be, because you drive up here, you wouldn't know it's here.
Well, my dad had his facility for his big cats down in Sarasota. It just was too crowded down there back then. So I moved up here in the 80s. Main reason I picked this county is because it's still far enough south where I have the warm. We get a little chilly in the winter, but it's not too awful bad. So I still have the proper climate for the Asian elephants. The land taxes back then, not anymore, but back then were very low because it's an agricultural county. And basically I just wanted to get away from people more so, although they're kind of creeping in on us now. But that was the main reason I moved to this area. Plus, I've always not big into big cities and big towns, and so it was a nice small little town. I knew everybody, and it's just.
How are your neighbors when they find out this is what you have going on over here?
Well, you know, there's a lot of people that live in Williston that still don't know we're here.
Really?
As far
I
as
find
the
that hard to
neighbors,
believe.
I was here first. There was no one around here, so they came in afterwards.
I would imagine with these
And
creatures.
nobody knows where. I mean, I've had people that live not even 10 acres over not know that because they don't make any noise.
Well, the noises they do make.
Oh my
sound
gosh.
like a semi truck. We need to play
just
that
tell them
noise.
Oh my God.
It's not a caterpillar, it's a meteorite.
They almost
Stay
sound
away.
like lions or tigers or something like that.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
We did some sound bites for when they brought out the new Nintendo Jurassic Park games.
Oh my
They
gosh.
came here and got sounds from them growling.
Elephant sounds for the dinosaurs.
They did a lot. They did the elephants. They did my ostrich and emu. The hissing and stuff came. They did stuff with the alligators. The noises, those gulping. Those are all sounds from real animals, but not dinosaurs.
Can't imagine trying to fall asleep out here with all the fun sounds going on. Patricia, thank you so much for bringing
Absolutely.
us into this amazing place that you told us you designed these fences and you put all this together. A lot of work.
Trial and error.
I mean, it's a labor of love, though, and you can tell when
It
they
is.
talk to you.
It is. That or I'm just totally mentally unstable.
No, you're great. Listen.
No, it is. You can't get into this and it has to be from in the heart, because if you don't, you'll never make it, because there's more hard times than there are good times.
I would imagine 24/7 job
24/7,
here.
yeah.
Patricia, thank you so
Oh my
much.
gosh.
Two Tails Ranch in Williston, if you'd like to check it out. The website is
Allaboutelephants.com, and all visits are by appointment, so you have to call ahead or send an email.
Don't Just Show Up.
Yeah, because you won't get in.
Don't forget, because an elephant wouldn't.
I knew you were going to have to end it on something lame like that.
And thank you for watching Florida's Fourth Estate. You can download it from wherever you listen to podcasts or watch anytime on News 6 Plus.